Your income is less than expenses, and that is why you are financially struggling. So in this video, I want to show you how to achieve a smart financial equation to operate your financial life. Join me. If your income is less than your expenses, then that will mean that you don't have a monthly capital. No monthly capital. So for most people, this is what we operate. We operate a situation where we have our monthly income less than our monthly expenses, and that is why I want to show you how to change the tide, how to change your financial life by ensuring that your income is greater than your expenses. To have a monthly capital, you need your income to be greater than the monthly expenses. To have what? To have your savings. Now, yes, savings is monthly capital. Don't forget, if you want to build wealth, you need capital. Just like if you want to start a business, you need a capital, right? So the same way, if you want to build wealth, you need capital to build wealth. And from your income, from your earned income, if it is passive income, whatever income it is, you need capital from any income you generate to build wealth. So to ensure that you have a capital monthly, then your expenses must always be less than your income to have a capital. It is the monthly capital you generate each month that you put into different asset classes to build the wealth. So that means your top priority now is to generate a monthly capital. No matter how small it is, those monthly capital become your financial freedom fighter. They are the freedom fighter for the wealth you dream. And that is why you want to pay attention to the monthly capital. So once again, the solution to this is to ensure that you have what? Your income greater than your expenses. So income is not actually the determinant alone. So we'll be focusing on E as the determinant. That is your expenses. Of course, you can also focus on income, but I will not be focusing on that in this video. For this video, I'll be focusing on how to ensure that you are well positioned to ensure that your expenses are lower than your income to generate a monthly capital. So to do that, you want to be skillful in managing your expenses. And to be skillful in managing your expenses, you have to know it. You have to identify what your expenses are, categorize them, and then follow the plan. Most of the times, we get to know that our basic needs are this and that, but we don't get to follow it. And that is what you need to do to ensure that you start generating monthly capital and build wealth. So you want to know what your expenses are. So in this video, I'm still going to help you categorize them. You can follow my format, but the essence of this video is for you to know that your needs need to be identified. You need to identify your needs, you need to categorize them, and you need to follow the plan. So the first thing you need to know about your expenses is your living needs or living expenses. You need to understand your living expenses, and they are the most essential part of your needs. Your living expenses are the most essential part of your needs. For me, I even call them your monthly expenses or your living monthly expenses, mainly because your living expenses are what you need to live. So that means you will always need them regularly. There will be regular need for living expenses. So they are your food, they are your clothing. Even for most of us, clothing is not a regular need. Do you get it now? But if clothing is your regular need, then you have to ensure that you are stating it because it's unique to you. So food, shelter, clothing, and whatever it is that is a regular need to you. So you need to identify what your living expenses are. So for living expenses, they are regular expenses. They may be expected or unexpected. There are needs you expect every month. Like now, I need to feed every month, and I expect to feed every month. And there are some needs that are monthly but are not expected. Do you get it now? So you need to identify what they are to you. So I may not be citing examples because my needs are not your needs. And that is why finances are unique to as our fingerprints. Our finances are not the same thing. No two financial journeys are the same. So the essence of this video is to help you see what you can work around to create something unique as your fingerprint. Do you get it now? So you need to define what your living expenses are, and as a take home, they are things you need to survive on monthly. Living expenses are those needs you need to survive on monthly. So they are your top priority. Let's grade them A. So if you want to ensure that you have monthly capital, you need to be focused on your living expenses only. Forget others for now, but focus on your living expenses. The reason why most of us don't have monthly capital is because our expenses are bigger than our income. Our expenses are greater than what we generate as income. And that is why you need to look at those expenses and cut them down or rank them in order of importance. The knowledge of scale of preference. Rank them in order of priority so that you can be focused on your living expenses. The reason why you need to even rank them so that at least you can attend to others later. It's not like you are throwing them off completely, but attend to those ones that are urgent and are required for you to live. That is why they are living expenses. You need them for survival. You need them to live on. So those are your priorities. Do you get it now? So moving forward to sinking needs or sinking wants. You could have sinking wants, you could have sinking needs, but those are things that they are expected but they are not regular. Like I said, there are things that may be unique to you and things unique to me, but differently. Do you get it now? For some that pay rent monthly, rent will fall under living need if your rent is monthly. But if you don't pay rent monthly, maybe you pay rent once a year, that is a sinking need because it is irregular in terms of monthly. Income is monthly, and that makes it irregular because you don't pay rent monthly. Because the income is monthly, the time basis here is monthly, so that makes rent not regular because it's not expected to be paid monthly. So that means if your rent is monthly, categorize it under the living need. But if your rent is yearly, annually, then categorize it under a sinking need, a need you foresee to meet. Any need you meet monthly is a living need. Do you get it now? They are under living expenses. But any need you need to plan towards is a sinking need. So categorize them. So these are not things you need monthly. That means in a month, you are not meeting this one just to ensure monthly capital to build well towards the sinking need. Do you get it? So it's very important you know this and note it. So we also have unexpected regular expenses, which are your emergencies. This one, you are not expecting them and they are always irregular. They come suddenly. You don't expect them. These are your emergencies. That means as far as expenses are concerned, you need to build funds for your living expenses, sinking expenses, and then emergencies. If you follow this plan, I'm sure sooner or later you start generating monthly capital to build massive wealth, regardless of how small the income is. Once you know your living expenses and you keep at it, you keep at your living expenses, then sooner or later you start generating monthly capital big enough to start catering for your sinking needs, and then you're also building emergencies alongside. So one thing you may do is to allocate your income for this. Highlight them. What are they? What are your living expenses? Highlight them. What are your sinking needs? Highlight them. What are your emergencies? You don't know them because you don't know it. You are not expecting it, unexpected, and they are not regular. So these ones, you are only building the funds because emergencies can happen, right? So you are just building them. So you have a portion of your income for emergencies, which we call emergency fund. So when you are doing this, you'll be generating monthly capital. I know the issue may be a very small income, you are not doing this, but I'm still going to address the issue of income in another video. But don't forget, my major concern now is the expenses. Do you get that? As much as possible, know what your income is and allocate it to meet your living expenses. Know them and allocate. Know your emergencies and allocate. Know your sinking needs and allocate. If you do this, you are going to ensure that you stay consistent and committed towards building your financial freedom. A good thing to also note as far as expense management is concerned is the Maslow pyramid of needs. The Maslow pyramid of needs. The Maslow pyramid of needs looks like this. It said that the most important thing to focus on is your physiological needs. Then the most important thing next after physiological needs is your safety. This is just still ranking your needs in order of priority. So the most important thing after your physiological needs, which are your feeding, clothing and shelter, will be your safety, your security, followed by love and belonging. Needs that are love related and belonging. Then the next one will be esteem. These are needs that you should know. Then the last needs or category of needs will be self-actualization, your personal growth. So these are areas of focus when you are sure that you want to manage your expenses well. You need to look into this to ensure that you master your expenses. So I'm sure you've gained something today, right? I want you to revise everything I've shared. It may look simple but powerful when you put them into action. See you in my next video. Thank you.